So set the blade height up. If we have to, we'll rotate with the wheel on the front of the machine here so that we have the bottom of that value, 2 to 3 of them flush to the top of the board.
I go a little bit higher because you want the bottom of these guys, 2 to 3 of these, to be flush at the top of the board.
Okay, so I got my blade height adjusted. I can flip down my guards. Now I need to adjust the fence. Okay, well, if we want to make a measurement, if I want to make this thing to be exactly 3 inches wide, I'm going to set the fence to be 3 inches from the blade. I don't even have to make a mark on this board. This should do it for me. So you'll notice that on the side here, there's a little plastic cover that goes over this scale, this ruler that's here. We always go with this saying, we say right is right. What that means is the right line, because there's 2 of them, the right line is the correct one, the right one, right? So what I'm going to do is, and everybody's going to do the same measurement today, we're going to bump this thing over so that that right line is over 5 1/4.
Then lock the fence. That's good.
Okay. Once I get into position, I need to make sure I lock it down in place. So I'm going to push my clamp down, and I want it to be at a 45-degree angle. I don't want to go too much further because we end up stressing some things in there. It wears and tears too much. So 45 is good. You can see the fence isn't moving. We're good to go. Okay. When I operate the table saw, where I want to stand is to the left of the blade, or I kind of line my hip up with this slot here. That's for a miter gauge. If I do have kickback, what ends up happening is it's going to shoot back past me and in this void, in the space that's right next to me here. If I'm standing here right behind the board and I have kickback, I've now got something shot into my stomach, and that's not going to feel so good. Okay? So again, kickback occurs if you let go of the material too soon. So what I want to make sure I do is I have contact with the material until it doesn't touch the blade anymore. So I push it out to this distance out here. Okay? If I let it go inside here, it's possible that it could cause kickback. Right? If the board's too short, if something else goes wrong, we could have that. If you're standing in the right location, if you're holding the board properly, we're preventing that thing from happening. Okay? This machine, unlike the last 2 machines, is a machine that we need to have a partner with. Okay? So the idea is when I cut this, if I push out here, it's going to fall onto the ground. It falls onto the ground. This beautiful square edge or corner that I just had is now dented or dinged up. So I need to have a partner. They're going to stand right here. And what they're going to do is they're going to catch the material. And that's an important way of saying that, because what we don't want to do is they shouldn't grab the material and pull it through. Because let's say, I don't know, I'm starting to cut a board and then I stop because I'm going to sneeze and they're yanking it through. That could be a situation where they just pulled you into the blade. So what we want to make sure you do is that person's just there to catch. Okay? They're not pulling. If you stop pushing, the board just stays where it's at. Okay? So you notice, I'll start up. My body's kind of up close to the saw. I'm off to the left of the blade. My right hand does the same thing it did back there. Thumb behind, fingers on top. I go straight against the fence here. My left hand's going to hold the board down, and it's going to hold it into the fence as well. And you'll notice my left hand doesn't move. It stays right in this spot right here. And then when the board gets up past the blade guards here, my left hand goes away and my right hand does the rest of the work. Pushes it all the way through. Okay? So you can see I'm able to reach out and stretch over this, no problem. Alright, blade height set. My fence is set. My fence lock is good to go. I'm ready to go. I've got my partner. Here we go. You might get a little piece stuck like this. That's okay. Stay off to the side. That little piece might shoot out there. It's okay. Just stay off to the side. You should be okay. If it gets stuck, we can pull it out. A lot of times that little piece just kind of shoots down into the bottom, and again, it's not a problem. Alright, sometimes we're going to have to cut a narrow piece of stock on the table saw, and that's something that's less than 4 inches. So we're going to find out if I have to cut something that maybe is 1.5 inches wide, when I slide this over here, it ends up hitting our blade guard. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the inside blade guard up, and we're going to keep that up for the process. I'm going to set up my fence, making sure to lock it in place, check my blade height, remembering that 2 to 3 of these gullets need to be flush with the top of our board. And then I need to use one of these guys, which is a push stick, and we can find them hanging in the front of our table saw here. What's going to be really careful again, stay off to the left side. Make sure that as we're holding this, one hand has to be on the table. Make sure that this left hand is on the table holding down and preventing you from doing anything like this where, if I flip this up for a second, where this would pop up like that can cause kickbacks. We want to make sure we're holding down on this. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and lower the outside blade guard, turn the machine on, and make my cut.